So, hey guys, this is Manisha Khatri, and today I'm going to give you an webinar on Android app development. So, it is about using Android Studio. So, as a beginner, when I started Android development, I find it little difficult to uh, use Android Studio, and I think that as a beginner, you may also suffer from this, and that's why I choose this topic. And if you have further queries, then you can connect to me on my Instagram account, that is Java Vlogs. Let's start. Let's jump to our Android Studio now. So here you see the screen of Android Studio. So it may look scary to you if you are using it for the first time. And here on the front, first there, this is your menu bar. So this menu bar contains the menus like file, view, navigate, run, and we're gonna use them like we mostly use file, run, tools, VCS. And this here icon, you can choose any option that you want, and on the right hand side you see, so this is minimize, maximize, and close buttons. And this is the name of your project, and this is the path where it is being stored. And we will explore today that what are these tabs on the sidebars, and what are these icons, and I will also try to cover some advanced topics here. And this is your toolbar. So this toolbar contains the shortcuts. Like if you want to run your app, then you can click on this and then you can run your app. But instead of doing this, you can also click on this green button here. And this is your debug button. And this is the name of your emulator that is now being connected to your Android Studio. And you can run your app on this emulator. If you have connected your mobile device, then you can see your mobile device name also. On this path, so this is the path of your currently opened folder or file. So if I have selected any file, so like if I have gone to Java and selected this main activity, then you can see the path of this main activity file. Let's close this. And on this sidebars there are tabs. Okay, so first tab is project, so you also call it project explorer. So this project explorer helps you to open the files that you really need when you want to develop any project. So you can sort all these files. So you can sort by them by clicking on project. That means you can see whole files that are present in your current project. And if you want to see the files with the errors, you can click on this problems. And also I choose Android here because I don't want to see unnecessary files. So for that you can also choose Android here. So here in this Android, so there is an app folder. This app folder contains further 4 folders. First is manifest, Java auto generated, then res, and then gradle. So first is manifest. So manifest contains the Android manifest.xml file. So this XML file contains the whole information about your project, that how is your project gonna run, and what is the activity that is going to be launched first, and your permissions. If you want to grant any permissions to your app, you can add them too. And if you want to change the name of your app, so I'll show you that what is this label. So here you can see, so this is the app that I have been created now. So this is a label, webinar. So you can change it too by writing it here. And then you can change the icon of your app, and you can choose that what activity you want to launch first. And you can also change the theme. So this is the file which contains all the metadata, all the information about your project. So let's close this. And let's jump to our second folder. It contains further 3 folders, and we don't need to know about these 2 folders. So let's go to our first folder. This folder contains your all Java files. Like you want to create any Java class, you can go to new and create Java class. If you want to create activity, you can go to activity and create any activity. And after this you can also create fragments, so you can create whatever you want by clicking on this folder, right click and after it. Okay, then there is this folder is not useful to us. Then this is res folder. So this res folder contains four folders. First is drawable folder. Drawable contains all your images which you want to store in your Android app and you want to use them. Okay, so like I currently have two images here, and these are the images, these are the XML files or your launcher icons which are already given by Android, and Android provide you. Second is your layout file. This layout file and this Java file creates an activity. So your activity is actually made up of two files. One is activity main example and other is main activity. And this activity main example is your front end or your design file. So let me explain you a little about this. There are three tabs. So design, split and core. So let's click on design. So this is the app that I have designed for this webinar. So I will explain you all the things that are happening here. And when you click on design, you see here is a plate, then a component tree, and then attributes. So let's close this first. So if you want to add any design, then you can choose from here, like you want to add a text view here, then just drag and drop this here. When you drag and drop, it will be shown in the component tree. So this tree is actually showing you the structure of your design. Like we first have linear layout, which is your parent. Then we have text view, which is this I am happy. And then we have image view, and then we have text view. Okay. So this is your design. Then you can add attributes. So like if you have selected this image view, then you can choose its properties. If you want to change its source, then you can go to the source property here. So let's change the color of this text. So go to text color and click on this and then change the color to this color. So you can see the color is being changed. So these are the attributes that you can apply, and you can also write this by coding. Okay, so for that you can choose split tab. So split means that at right side you can see the preview, and at left side you can code your app. So this is the coding of your app. So this is your text view, and this is your image view, and this is your other text view. We don't need it right now, so let's delete it. And then this is your core. So if you want to see only core, then you can click on this core tab. Let's close this file and go to our project explorer. So here in the myth map, you can see two folders. So these are the icons of your Android app. So this is the same icon which is being stored in different HTTPIs. So that means if you have the smallest screen, Android will choose this icon, and if you have the largest screen, then Android will choose this icon. Then there are three files in the values. So first is colors. So these are the colors that are provided by Android Studio to you. You can add more colors to it, and these primary colors are used in your app. So let me show you the app again. So if I open this app, okay, so this color here in the status bar is your color primary dark, and this light color is the color in the background, and this color I have not used this color in this app. Okay guys, then there is string.xml. So let's open this. So in strings.xml you have all your strings like you want to write something in your Android Studio. So Android Studio doesn't like hard coded text. For that, you can create strings. So let me show you that how to create a string. So you can write code here like this, and you can also go to the file where you are using any string. So currently I am using I am happy string in the layout file, and it is giving me some warning. So you can click on this and extract string resource, and the resource name is I am happy, and the resource value is this. Let's click OK. So when you click OK, then again go to string.xml, and here your string is added here. Okay, so this way you can create strings in the strings XML file. After this, there is a styles.xml file. So this XML file contains the theme of your app, that what theme you want to show. So this dark action bar means that you are using this dark action bar. So here you can see the name of your app webinar, and this is your action bar. So you can remove this action bar also by choosing no action bar here. So let's write no action bar, and if you run this app again, then you will see that this action bar will be removed from here. So these are the styles. You can change colors too here. So let's close this file too, and then there are two files in the Gradle. So two files are mainly used by us. First is build Gradle, that is project, and other is for app. So this app file contains the dependencies that we can add. So like if you want to use recycler view, then you can add a dependency of recycler view, and you can change your compile SDK. But before changing these things, you have to be sure, because you will be getting errors in the Gradle. And also if you change any dependency, you will also get some errors. So you have to be very careful while changing anything in these files. Then this project file, and this is your build.gradle project file. You can change your Gradle version also here. So let's close this. So I hope you understand this project explorer here. So let's go to resource manager. This resource manager contains all of your resources, like you have what you have added to your app. Like if you have added any image, any video, any audio, everything will be present here. And these are the colors, layout, strings. So everything you can see here in the resource manager, whatever you are using, and you can make new resources also. You can add new resources. Then this is structure. For structure tab, let's open the main activity again. Okay. So the structure tab is used to see the structure of currently used file. So if you are using currently selected this main activity file, you can see the structure of this file. That first we have main activity, then we have onCreate method, then we have two variables here that are for text views, and I will explain this code to you later. And you can see the structure of another file too. When you select another file, it will show the structure of that file too. After this, there are build variants. So build variants are used to specify like the use of your app. So like if you are using your app for development purposes only for yourself, then you can choose debug. And if you are using your app for professional purposes and development purposes, then you can choose release. So release is for professionals and debug is for development purpose or personal use. Let's minimize this, and after this you can see favorites. So this favorite tab contains all the important things. So like you have marked anything important, you have added any breakpoints, then you will see that how many breakpoints you have and how many bookmarks you have in your current project. Okay, so let's first show you that how to create a new project. So go to file menu, then click on new project, and then select any template. You can select any template. So like you want to create an app for Wear OS, like watches, and also for TV and any other things. Then you can choose any template. And for Android or tablets, for Android phones and tablets, you can choose any template from here. And we always choose empty template because we want to create our app from scratch. So that's why we choose this. Let's click on OK. In this clip, sorry, in this you can add a name to your app. So be sure before adding a name, because in future if you want to refactor or change the name, you may suffer a lot for that. So choose a good name for your app. And in the package name, so you can uh, uh, choose a package name also. So package name is used for publishing your app on Google Play Store. So if you want to publish your app, then you have to choose a good and a unique name for that. For development purposes, let it be com.example for my application. And after this, you can choose a location where you want to save your app. Okay, so this way you can choose which folder you want to create and where you want to store your application. Then you can choose your language. If you are into Kotlin, choose Kotlin, and if you are into Java, then choose Java. Then there is minimum SDK. So this is really important uh, because if you choose the maximum SDK, your app will not be able to run on all the Android devices, because people do not have all the Android versions. So that's why we choose minimum SDK, so our app can be compatible with all of the Android versions available. So if you choose the latest version, like let me choose this Android 30. So that means that my application will be able to run on less than 1% devices, and nobody wants that, right? So that's why choose the minimum SDK. Then you can click on finish. I'm not doing it right now because I've already created a project. So I'm not creating a new project here. Let's cancel it. Then you can open a project. Click on open and choose the location where your project is store, and you can open any project and click on OK. And this will ask you that you want to open in this window or another window. You can choose whatever you want. Let's click cancel it. So let's open our Java file because I want to show you something here. So this is your favorites, right? I was showing you. So if you add a breakpoints here, like in these lines I'm adding breakpoints, then you can see the breakpoints here also. So this is the benefit of favorites, that you get to know that how many things you have marked. Then this is to do. So this to do means that you are making notes. So like you want to add some code or some button in future, and you may forget that what you are going to do in this code. So you can make notes. So currently I have only one item in the main activity. So this. So let me add another item too. So now you can see the two to-do items here. So this way you can add to-dos and make notes for your app. Then this is build. So build actually tells you that if your build is successful or not. So it may be confusion that what Gradle is. So Gradle build is actually uh, connecting or linking all your files and creating your files, making a project structure for your project, and that's why it takes time. So sometimes build may take more time if you have uh, less RAM and not a good processor. And if you have errors in the building, and if your Gradle build failed, then you can see the errors here. Then this is logcat. So logcat shows you that what are the logs of your currently running device or app. So you can have some errors, you can have some problems. So it helps you to see whatever errors you have. So you can apply no filters here. So currently I cannot see anything here, but I will show you when we run this app. After this, in the right side we have a Gradle and a device file explorer. So let's go to Gradle. So this Gradle contains whole files, all the files that are stored in your .gradle folder of your Android Studio for the current project, and you can see all files here. After this is your device explorer. So whenever you have connected any mobile device via USB, then you can see the folders of your device here. So currently I am connecting my phone with it, and you can see the folders of my mobile. So let me choose my device here. Okay guys, so this is Nexus actually, I'm sorry for this inconvenience. So currently Nexus is connected to this, and that's why it is showing the files of Nexus device file explorer. Okay, so this way if you see what folders your mobile device has, use this, and I'm sorry for this inconvenience which is happening now. Let's minimize this too. Okay, and there is event logs. So event logs give you the events which are happening in your Android Studio, like if your Gradle is syncing, if your Android Studio wants some update, then it can show you in the event log. So this is your event log. So you can see, so it is that saying that ADB connection error, so whatever and error you can see, so whatever is happening here you can see there. Okay, so like if you have any event occurring, it will show you in the event logs. And then there is layout inspector. So when you run your app on an Android device, then it can show you the structure of that app. You have to select a process for that. Now let's see our code. Go to app, then main activity is opened, and let's open our layout file, activity main.xml. Okay, so here I have added an text view, a text view, and after this an image view. So I want to change the image when I click on image view. So I want to make it clickable. So you know how you can design your app. You can drag and drop anything here, and you can see that in the component tree, and you can change your properties from here too. And then you can also choose code for that. And in the main activity .java, so first you have to specify them or define them by creating variables. Okay, so like I had a text view, and then I wrote here text view, so that means that this text view is the class, and this text view is the variable that I have created. And then we have to connect our design to this Java file. For that we use find view by ID, and then the ID, We always choose r.id.image. So R means resources file, and id is the object, and which then chooses image view id. So this image view id is specified here. So this is your image view id, and you can also see in the code. So this is your image view id or text view id. We can connect them by using this find view by id. And after this, we want to make the image view clickable. For that, we have used this event set on click listener. So when you write set on click listener on anything, then it will become clickable. And I want to change the image on click. So I've added image view dot set image resource. So I want to change the resource of the image. So let's see if it works. So let's run it. So Gradle is building now. You can see in the this status bar here that Gradle build is running. And let's open build here. So now you can see in the build it is saying that Gradle is running, and you can also see in the event log and in the log cat. So it will now start showing the log of device which is running this project now. These are the errors, and you can select anything. You can select debug, you can select verbose and warnings and errors also. So Gradle may take time. It totally depends on your processor speed and your RAM, and may also depend on your internet connection too. So let's explore the layout inspector. Click on it. So when your app start running, then you can see the layout of your app here in the layout inspector. Okay guys, until it is now built and it is now installing this app in the emulator. So I have AMD processor, that's why I'm using Motion as my emulator. Let's click on this. Okay, this is the icon of my app and this is the name of my app, and after installing it will run. Let's open. Okay guys, so as I told you, there is no action bar because I added no action bar in the style in the themes, and this is your image view and this is your text view. So let's click on this image view. So yes, so it can change the image here, right? So this way you can also change the text by applying this event on the text view that's set on click listener. So this way your app runs. So for layout is, inspector, choose and select the process. And if still it is saying that it is grayed out, so let it be. So try it by yourself. Okay, then now let's see some tools here. So if you want to create your AVD and emulator, then you can click on this AVD manager. And you can create an AVD by clicking on this create virtual device. And choose these play button, which had play button, they can be created. Okay, so choose this pixel 3, then next. Okay, so if you don't have any system image, then you have to download this. Okay, so let's choose another. So it's saying that you should install SDK for that, and I will tell you how to do that. And currently it is saying that my CPU doesn't support it because it is a AMD processor, and I have to install Genymotion for that. And doing after selecting this, you have to click on next, and at the end you have to click on finish to create an AVD. So let's close this and let's go to our SDK manager. Go to tools, then SDK manager. So this is your SDK platform. So you can install any version of Android by check check this and then click on apply, then click on OK and install any version of Android to run your app. So like if you want to run on Android phone which has Oreo 8.1, then click on this and click apply and then OK, and it will be installing. And after that you can select uh, your phone as an emulator and you can run your app. Then SDK tools, you can choose any SDK tools. Like if you have any problem with your USB driver, you can tick on this and then install it too. So let's change the theme of Android Studio. So go to file, then go to settings, and in the settings go to appearances. In appearance, you first see the theme here. Okay, so currently I have three themes, so I can choose any one. So if I go to high contrast, and first I want to apply this, because after applying, if I liked it, then I will click on OK, otherwise I won't. Okay, so this is high contrast. So I love this theme actually. Let's go to Dracula again and let's apply. Okay, so if you want to change the font of your Android Studio, click on this. Check this checkbox, the checkbox of use custom font and choose any font that you want to add. So like I'm gonna do this, and you can also decrease the size. So I want to make it 11. Click on apply. So now this way you can add anything or you can have fun with your Android Studio. And if you want to go back to default, then uncheck this use custom font and click apply, then OK. So what if you want to install plugins to your Android Studio, then go to settings and go to plugins. Okay, so you can install any plugins here. So if you want to use Genymotion, then click on this and install this plugin too. And you can also find another plugin. So when you click on this marketplace, you can see any plugin. So whatever you want to install. So you want to install Flutter or material themes, you can do all of the things. Okay. Okay, so let's explore this now a little bit. Okay, you can change your colors and schemes also, whatever you want to use, and you can explore this by yourself. You can go to build, execution, and deployment. Sometimes we have an error of Gradle, then we have to come to this build, execution, deployment, and then we can change things in here in the Gradle. Okay, so let's close it. So here is another thing, that is terminal, that I missed. So I want to tell you about it. So terminal is like CMD. So like you use CMD in your PC. So it is same as command prompt. So if you want to connect your app to GitHub, or you want to push your projects on GitHub, then you can use this terminal to write some commands of git also. Okay, so you can add git from here also. You can enable version control integration. Okay, after if you have installed git in um, your PC, then select git here, click on OK. Okay, so it is again scanning. Now you have enabled your VCS. Go to Git, you can see Git tab here, and then you want to push your project. You can push from here. You can pull your request there. You can clone any project. You can do whatever you want by using this without any command. So this way you can use GitHub. And if you want to use Firebase, so Firebase is a real-time database. So if you want to use Firebase, go to Tools and then click on Firebase and then follow the steps by this assistant here. Okay, this assistant helps you a lot, so you don't have to do manually anything. So if you want to add real-time database to your app, then click on this, click on save and retrieve. After this you can click on these buttons, connect to Firebase, and it will give you instruction that how to do that, and it will add the code by itself. You don't have to do anything, you just have to click on these buttons. And on this here you can see user icon. So this user icon is to log in your Android Studio. For using Firebase you have to log in, so you can do that. And this is the icon of Genymotion here. So this is it guys. If you have any problem, then you can ask me on my Instagram account, that is Chavash Logs, and another tab is open here which is Run. So Run is also very helpful, so if you want to see logs. So let me show you a little bit about the logs. So when you run your app and if you have any error, if you want to print some log like doing by log.t, then you will see the logs here. And so let me tell you a little bit about me. Okay, wait a second. So this is my profile, and you can connect to me on my Instagram account, which is javashlogs, and you can also find my website, which is javashlogs.com. And thank you so much for listening to me. And this webinar is conducted by Shafin Software. Thank you so much.